So first of all, congratulations on the release of the World Tour album.
Thank you.
With 29 songs, it's quite an ambitious project.
Yeah.
How did the idea came about?
Well, it started in January 2023 with the first song. It was called Amsterdam. It was released, and during that release, we thought, like, why not celebrate all the cities where I have some memories with, and like this it happened, really.
You've been a musician for over 30 years now. Can you tell us about how did you start with your music journey?
Absolutely. I was 4 when I started to have piano lessons with a classical madam. She was 83 years old, and so I was playing here, and she was sitting over here, and then when I play a wrong note, then she would grab a piece of wood and tick on my hand, like that,
Oh.
So, and then one lesson, that piece of wood fell on the floor, and my piano teacher wanted to pick it up. She's 83 years old, and by doing so, her wig, her wig fell off, and then I ran home to my mother and I said, "Mama, her head fell off. I had no idea what is a wig." So that was actually the first piano lesson what I had. And then my mother found a jazz pianist. His name is Hans Heinhuis. And he is a fantastic jazz piano player. And from him I learned to make music without notes.
Let's talk about some tracks from the album.
Yeah.
You dedicated a song to Barcelona, where you spent a lot of time playing there.
Yeah.
While you were studying at the conservatory, right?
I was studying at the conservatory in Hilversum, but I got an assignment to play concerts in a jazz club in Mallorca, in Palma de Mallorca. So the conservatory said, "Okay, you can leave for a year." So I was a lot of time in Mallorca, but I did also gigs in Barcelona.
How was that experience for a person just starting out?
It was incredible. Actually, I learned there how to play ballad. I remember that I was suddenly playing this after 4 weeks, and I suddenly felt that the ease you have for a ballad, and then just listening. And I remembered it very clearly. Yeah.
After Barcelona, I think you mentioned that you went in Berlin while the city was still divided by the wall.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, Checkpoint Charlie. That was the first time I went there. We had a gig in East Berlin, so we had to pass the pass control. Yeah, at that time it was normal, but now of course it's completely abnormal. And it was raining. It was cold. There was this man in uniform, and there were guns, and very, very unpleasant. And I cannot imagine the way the people at the East had to live under these horrible circumstances. And during my career, I went back to Berlin a couple of times. Very nice, and still now very vibrant city with lots of culture, a lot of music underground, and fantastic place to be. Yeah.
So let us cross the Atlantic and land in New York. Also, I read that you spend a lot of time there playing and collaborating with other great musicians.
Yeah.
How has this city inspired you?
It was 1994 when I was just graduated from the conservatory, and I got a grant from the government to study in New York. I remember the airplane flew to New York and flew over that incredible city, and like everybody else, like I'm gonna do my best here. I'm gonna fight for good luck and for good success.
Any specific venues that you remember or collaborations?
Yeah, the jazz clubs like the Knitting Factory, the Jazz Standard, Iridium. Iridium was the first club I played, and I played with the American guitar legend Les Paul. who also, his name is affiliated with the Gibson guitar, the Gibson Les Paul.
The story behind Taipei is a very dramatic one.
Very dramatic, yeah.
How did you transform that intense experience into the piece that you wrote?
Well, this is about a plane crash what happened in 2002 on May 25th. It was, I believe, Air China, which exploded above the South China Sea from Taipei to Hong Kong. And my band was booked on this flight, but I saw the itinerary before and I said, I want to fly with KLM. So we changed the flight from Taipei to Bangkok and from Bangkok to home. And we remember this because when we departed there was one gate and with two doors, one door to KLM, one the other to Air China. So we saw that plane. So that was a close call for all of us. And the concert we played in Taipei Concert Hall was also very nice memories. Actually, I played one live track there, which was released on a Universal album in 2004. It's called For Willem. So this concert is always dear to me, and to celebrate life and to remember the people who passed that night. Yeah.
Well, it's quite a story.
Yeah.
Have you written a song about a city that has been also influenced by the traditional music from that region?
Not so much, I have to say, because everybody knows that if you like the song Rio de Janeiro, I made a song, and everybody knows bossa, and I didn't want to do that because we know that people who listen to piano solo music, they don't want to hear bossa novas, they want to hear something else, right? Something to. So that was not the aim. The aim to incorporate certain musical aspects into the song was not the idea of this thing. It's just a memory which I share with people from that city. And
it seems like the songs they hide personal stories within them. What is the song that is more close to you? That is more personal?
The song Izmir, for instance, that's a city in west of Turkey. I'm there a lot because my daughter is living there, and so every month I'm there. Of course, this is very dear to me. I was touring in China, and I was in Yanchi Island, and then the people said, "Can you make a song for us? Because we see this world tour." And I said, "Why not?" So I composed that song in Yanchi Island.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's nice, and also the same happened in Shenzhen, also a Chinese city, very buzzy and busy city, and I composed the left hand with a movement in 5, which is an odd meter. So yeah, this is but each song has a feeling. Yeah.
It's special on its own way.
Yeah, for me, yeah. I wanted to give each song a pure and an original taste to it. But when the time passes, this song is connected to a city which can communicate. And at the end, I believe that communication is the very, very main thing in all what we do, in talking and also in playing the piano. Music is absolutely a language, I believe. I heard that the UNESCO calculated that there were 6,000 languages in the world. I believe it's 6,001, because music is really, really, really a language which we have to use as a way to compose and transcend the feelings.
Yeah. The album begins and ends with a Dutch city.
Yeah.
You chose The Hague as the last track of the album.
True.
Why did you choose that city?
Well, there it all started, because that's the city where I was born. And I wanted to close with that because it's also the release of this album means also a start of something new. And I found that metaphor interesting to make this also on the album.
Thank you for taking us on a journey around the world with your pieces.
Thank you so much.
And with the interview.
Thank you. Thank you very much.